Okay. All right, we'll just start here. All right, well, welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so let me explain kind of how class is going to run here. I like everyone, so I'm going to contact those others and make sure that they're aware of it. I want everyone to report always to the Zoom, so live. Unless we're in a hybrid where you're, here, you're supposed to be here in class, it's fine. I want everyone reporting, via Zoom. If you're at home, and it's going to be during period 4 time, so that's, what is that, 10:35 to 11:18 or whatever it is. So we'll do that every day unless you're in class. Every day I'll be at my desk, and I'll be, going through the videos with you guys, and you can see, I think you can see my camera. And you can see me, and then you can also see my iPad, so the people at home will still see the exact same notes that everyone else is getting. I'll be sharing my iPad screen with people on Zoom, and also I'll have it on my marker board up here, so the people in class will still see the same notes. I think that's the easiest way, so everyone gets the same exact information, even if you're here or you're not. We'll use Google Classroom to submit all homework assignments from now on. I'll make today's assignment that's due. You can turn in today, tomorrow, or Thursday, so I'll give you a couple extra days if you need to work on it. And then you do need to fill out the Google question of the day, the Google form question of the day. I submit that every single day for attendance purposes. Even though you're here live, I do want you to go on the Google Classroom and answer the question. So that'll also be a part of the participation thing. I think I have already sent it out. It goes out at the beginning of class every single day. So it'll be a different question every single day. So but yeah, so today's question, if you want to know the answer, it's what is the main goal of today's lesson? Well, it's to look at how to read bus schedules. That's literally how you're going to read. That's how you're going to answer that question. So, what is the main goal? It's how to read a bus schedule, a public transportation bus schedule. So, that's what we're going to be looking at today. Now I will be sending an email out pretty much right after this class is over. We're not going to go the full, 11:18. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to take a few notes here, and then I'll let you guys go, and you guys can go on to your other classes. I'm going to keep hosting class every single day at our period because no other classes should be overlapping on us. It's math period for you guys anyway, so we'll just keep it at this time during the day. But yeah, so I'll still expect homework to be completed on time. You'll submit it via Google Classroom. Don't email it to me like we've done in the past. Just send it via Google Classroom. It's the easiest way to do it, so it's in one area. I can always look. I'll send an email to your parents and yourself later today about kind of just the schedule that's coming up. Because obviously we're doing distant learning for the next 2 days. We're doing hybrid starting Thursday and Friday this week. So that's half are in class, half are not. Even if that affects us or not. And then I'll put my contact information, office hours if you need to come in, what to expect per lessons, what to expect, for assignments, and how I take attendance, and absenteeism and stuff. I still, take attendance as normal. So
heck, most of our class will be there Thursday.
Yeah, you're right. Most of us will, just because of our last name falls in a certain letter. So now, just be aware of this. The administration has given us permission. If you're really struggling at home, like this isn't working for you, you need to be here in class, or just technology isn't working for you. The administration does give us leeway that you can come in here and be in person, even if it's not your day. To be here for hybrid. We just don't want the entire class here, but if there's rare exceptions, they give us permission to do it on a per person basis. So don't be afraid to be like, hey, I need to be there. I can't do this online thing. It's not working for me. Just talk to your instructors and stuff, and you can be in class. So just be aware of that. I think it's an important thing to know, because we want you guys to be safe, but we also want you to be learning. So we don't want you to be hindered by that. So keep that in mind. I'll still post the video of the day. I'm recording my iPad screen, so when I write, you'll see it. I'm recording it right now. I'm not recording the Zoom. That's weird. I don't want to have your faces online or anything like that. So I'm just recording my iPad screen, and then I have a normal camera that's facing me. So here, let me show you my setup that I'm doing here. So I'm right on my iPad, as you can see here in front of me, and then I have my normal class camera that's recording me right now. So that's kind of what we're going through. And I'll post this video, I'll put them together so they're kind of in the same little block so you can see it. And that'll be posted tonight, it'll be on the website, and that'll be a part of the email that I send out to your parents, like, hey, this is what you can expect. This is my website that I use. This is where all the information is going to be going every single day. I do expect, you and, or if the email goes to your parent, I expect your child to be present on via Zoom Live, or you're in person, so to be counted. But you can go watch the videos again, so I'm going to post those. Yeah, so I'm trying to make it in such a way that it feels like you're in class. You can see my marker board in front of me. That's my iPad screen. You can see me take notes. You can see me. You can interact. You can ask questions. I think I got my bases set up where you shouldn't be hindered by anything unless it just comes down to internet connection and it looks like hot garbage, which sometimes Zoom does. But yeah, so hopefully if you have questions, you can always just fire away, just answer them or ask like you always do. You can put it in the chat if you don't want to put it out there, publicly and stuff. But yeah, so let's kind of go through a couple notes here. I just want to introduce what we're doing the next couple days, and then let you kind of sign off here. We're not going to have too long of a video, but just want you to be aware that I'll use Google Classroom from now on to send out a lot of information. Web addresses for the website when you need to see a video, homework assignments. That's where I want you to submit them, especially worksheets and whatnot. And so yeah, just be kind of aware of that. So you'll have to figure out a way to attach that photo to the Google Classroom. So I don't think I have any issues with that. I had one person that had an issue they couldn't attach, so I'm gonna have to figure out a system for doing that. So all right, let's talk about the bus schedule. So let's take a look at my screen here. So the bus schedule, public transportation. So this is our goal today, is how to read this. So wherever you're going, so let's say we're starting at Opala. So let's say we're starting at Opala and we're going to Bell. Okay, so according to this bus schedule, if you're going from Opala to Bell, you're starting here and you're going up the list to Bell, which is right there. Okay, I probably should pick a different color. My color was terrible. There, you're picking these. So you have to kind of read. How I know that is because the arrow is telling you you're going up. I'm going up this direction. This is how I read it. If you're going the other direction, if I'm going from Bell to Opala, then you're going down. So this bus schedule is, it's either, basically morning to afternoon. That's a long time. If you see that, you're getting on the bus at 10 and you're not getting to Bell until 3:45. Maybe that's too long of a day on the bus for you. You might have to just find some other form of transportation. You might have to walk. Maybe that'll be maybe that'll be a better way for you to travel. I would assume this bus schedule is between towns. This doesn't look like a city public transportation. This is taking too long of a distance to get from one town to another. It's taking hours to get there. So I'm assuming these are towns on a city. So I'll show you a better example of this. Now, how you do this, I'm going 10 in the morning, so 10:40 a.m. And I'm eventually going to get there at what, 3:45 p.m. That's if I'm going from Bell to there. So you have to subtract. This is where you have to use military time. We did this before when we did, we did this with like air travel, when you go across, state lines and stuff back in chapter 1. And so what we're doing here is we have to change to military time. So anything in the afternoon you have to add 12. So that 3:45, if I add 12 to it, that's 15:45. And then you're going to subtract. That's how you do it. It's always the later time in the day minus the earlier time. So that's why the 10 a.m. was put on the bottom. Even though that's where we started, the later time in the afternoon is usually the time you have to put on the top. And then you subtract. So 5 minus 0, that's 5. 4 minus 4 is 0. So I don't have to borrow. That's great. 5 minus 0 is 5. And then 1 minus 1 is 0. So it's going to take me 5 hours and 5 minutes to get there. If I was, traveling. That's a long time on a bus. So, okay, does that make sense what we're doing these next couple days in here? Now, let's take a look at a real-life example here. That's all fine and dandy, but let's take a look at a real example. Okay, what you're looking at here on my iPad screen, this is actually a real public transportation bus schedule. This is for Ames, Iowa. Ames, Iowa has one of the most comprehensive public transportation systems in Iowa, basically. It's being sought after and looked after by major metropolitan cities, by their efficiency and how they run things. If you're a student or you work for a university and you have a student ID card, you can ride the SciRide buses. That's what they call them, SciRide. You can ride them for free. Anytime. They have a public schedule out there. This is it. This is the morning times. How you can tell it's the morning. They're not bold. When you get to the afternoon, they bold the times. You can see them at the very afternoon times later in the day. Eventually, at like 12:01, 12:08, 12:13, you can see that those are afternoons. Those are afternoon. Now at the very top, you have North Grand Mall, you have the hospital, you have City Hall, you have Lincoln Way and Beach, you have Student Services, you have Lincoln Way and Marshall, you have Ames Middle School. That covers the majority of the bus transportation system in Ames. I mean, they go everywhere, and it doesn't take very long. Look at this. I want you to check this out. Going from North Grand Mall to City Hall. City Hall's a long ways away. It took, what, 13 minutes to get there? And then eventually you'll make it to Student Services in about a half an hour. That's on campus. So there's like it moves. And if you're not getting on at that time during the day, you can get on later. Obviously, you can pick a later time during the day. Maybe you need to get there by 9 o'clock to Student Services. So you need to get on the bus from the North Grand Mall at 8:33. So you can see where you're sitting and what time you need to get on the bus and where you need to travel to. The crazy part is you can get on different buses. So maybe you got on a bus too early and you want to get off the bus, and it will take you back, some other direction, because they have buses going both directions. So you can get on and get off at certain stops wherever they're heading towards. It's pretty crazy when you start to see the setup that this particular business has. And how to get on it and how to get off of it and where to go from there, because the buses go all directions. Now in the afternoon, same exact thing. These are all the afternoon times. It goes up through about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Yeah, you can see, it's a super comprehensive buses. They have tons of buses out there. These are the evening times. It stops at, the last bus is at 8:17 in the afternoon, and then they shut down for the night. So you kind of know where you're at. But you can get on the bus. You can ride wherever you want. Eventually from Ames Middle School, it just starts going backwards and starts going the other direction again. It just turns around and starts heading back. It's pretty wild when you start to see the setup, like how it works. So they just start, once they get to their destination, they just turn around and start heading back the other direction, going through the list backwards. And so you can see the times. It's pretty wild, and so you get a sense for how the bus schedule works, where to go. It's something that a lot of major cities have trouble with. It's just public transportation being efficient. They have a lot of buses, and it goes anywhere in the campus for free. So it's definitely something that can sway people if they're going to go to college, because now you don't have to have a car. You can ride wherever you need to go. But this is something that we're going to be looking at these next couple days, is like, how do you read it? What bus do you need to get on so you can make it to Student Services by, 10:43 in the morning? If you're starting at City Hall, what time do you need to be on the bus? That type of thing. Well, if I need to get to Student Services by 10:43, I need to be on, at City Hall, I need to be on at 10:30, roughly, to make it to Student Services. And that's kind of going in one direction, and then I can go backwards, and it'll just hit the same times. So it's pretty crazy when you start to see the numbers and stuff, like where they can get to. So all right, but that's it for today. I just want to kind of introduce our main topic here. We're going to be looking at some notes tomorrow. We'll probably maybe even have like a small assignment tomorrow out of the textbook, if everyone's kind of on. So if you haven't received or checked your emails, there is a lot of emails coming out. Sorry, you're being inundated, but they just want to get schedules out there. So you're going to get more from me tonight about the Zoom tomorrow and where the links are for the videos, and what to expect. And so there'll be a pretty lengthy email via Google Classroom for me. It'll be directed towards your parents and you, so be kind of well aware of that. So definitely show your parents the email so they know kind of what to expect from me for the next couple days or weeks in here if we're going that long a term. So but thanks for being here. Do you guys have any questions about the schedules or what we're going to do the next couple days in here?
So we have class today and tomorrow online, and then
yep,
Thursday, Friday we see in person.
Yeah, so Thursday and Friday, it depends on what your last name, for Fawcett. I think you guys are on Thursday since it goes like A through J.
A through J Thursday and the rest Friday.
Yeah, so I'll see you on Thursday, and then Friday you'll be online again.
Then we go Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. So next week it'll be like A through J on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesdays everyone's online, and then Thursday, Friday will be the M through Z's next week. So that's kind of the hybrid. Half the student body's in the building at any time. So hopefully that makes sense to you. I'll send out a schedule again. I think the administration sent it out, so just be kind of aware of what days you need to be here. If all fails, just report in via Zoom so I can count your present. So that's always a safe way to do it. If you guys are not feeling well, if you know you're going to be sick, you don't need to report to the Zoom. Just call the office like you normally would, like a normal sick day. So just be aware of that. So we don't want you coughing, hacking, and feeling miserable on a Zoom. Just report in sick like normal. So great question though. Any other questions you guys have? I'm gonna stop sharing my iPad screen. That's kind of weird. Okay. All right. If you guys don't have any more questions, tomorrow be ready to go. We'll start some of these more notes on the bus schedules, and we'll probably see a small assignment tomorrow, and we'll submit it via Google Classroom tomorrow. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Good seeing you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow online via Zoom. So,
Thank you.
bye, guys.